Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm so excited to be trying out another new concealer that I picked up from Target. So I recently posted here on YouTube my new makeup I found at Target haul. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check it out. And this is one of the products I picked up. It's from Revlon. It's the ColorStay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 Concealer. It has caffeine and vitamin C. It has a 24-hour claim on it. And I just love trying out concealers. I definitely struggle with under eye circles, and I'm very picky with my concealers. So I'm very excited to put this to the test. I have it here in the shade Cool Ivory, which might be a little light for my skin right now. My face is pretty much back to like my natural fair skin tone, but my body still has some spray tan left on it. But so this does come in 19 shades, like a pretty good shade range. But when you're buying concealers like this in person, that shade range is not available in the store. So I bought what I thought could maybe work for me, but when I saw online the extended shade range, I probably would have chosen something different. But this is, number 3, Cool Ivory. And another thing that I'm a little iffy about, it claims 5-in-1. What are those 5-in-1 things? Well, it says it erases, perfects, brightens, hydrates, and refreshes. And some of those, like erase and perfect, I feel like those are just they're not like something that it actually is really going to do. So basically, like, it can give coverage, which also contributes to brighten. So like erase, perfect, brighten. I feel like that's all kind of one thing that it's going to do. Sure, it's also going to hydrate. It says refresh. What does it mean by that? Maybe we can find out. With all of these claims though, one thing I don't see is the coverage claim. Does it claim to be full coverage, medium coverage? That is one thing that I have not been able to find. Oh, buildable natural coverage. Once again, what does that mean? I was interested in the packaging of this because, of course, it reminds me of that Maybelline concealer with the little sponge on top. So this is different than that because it doesn't twist. It's still like a squeezy tube, which is interesting. It kind of looks like a mini microphone, like a fuzzy microphone. It's so weird squeezing it. Oh, but it works. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it says you just kind of dab it. I guess I'm going to go ahead and start on one of the eyes. It definitely is applying a good amount of product, which I feel like I did a thin layer. And then it says to blend it out with your ring finger. Definitely a light shade. But I do like to do a light concealer because I like to highlight and brighten this area. Oh, wow. Okay, a little seems to go a long way. I might have used way too much. And I'm getting some good coverage here. I'm just going to blend it all over the eyelid as well. Mine as well, since I have extra. It is blending out nicely with my finger. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by that coverage. I am noticing a bit of a dry, cakey texture. Like, my skin is not dry, but it's kind of leaving this dry layer on top, which is looking cakey, and that is definitely not something that I like to see in concealers, foundations. So a little bummed about that, but the coverage is nice. I'm interested to see if it's going to crease in these lines I have on my under eyes, but that looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and on the other eye, I want to try out the technique of blending it with a sponge. I do like how this applies with the sponge top. But now just going with my dampened beauty sponge to blend this out. Oh gosh, yeah. A lot more coverage when I use my finger, which that typically is the case with concealers. I'm feeling like it looks a little less dry and cakey though with the sponge. Let's see if I can just go over this and smooth it out. No, that didn't really make a difference. Maybe it's just because I applied more. I can see more of that dry texture because it's not like a matte finish. It is more of a natural finish, but it just leaves like a cakey, dry texture, which is not good. But so, yeah, more of like a light medium coverage there. I definitely want to build that up. It's so much faster to blend it out with the sponge, but since I really want the coverage on these under eye circles, I'm gonna have to use my finger to apply this kind. Like for applying it down the center of the face more for like that highlighted effect, using the sponge is fine because I'm not looking for quite as intense of a coverage, but for the under eyes, good to know that blending out with the finger is the best technique. But when I use a concealer shade that's so light, I try and balance it out by also applying it down the center of the face. So then it gives more of a highlighted look. And so I'm not sure, I might have forgotten to mention the price. I think I paid $9.99 at Target for this. It is on sale at Ulta, I saw right now, for like $8. So it's not a super pricey drugstore concealer. So it's usable, but not my favorite drugstore concealer that I've tried, just because I am so picky about like having visible product on the skin. And because of this kind of dry, cakey texture, you can see the product on the skin. It doesn't look like natural skin texture. Although I am happy to see very minimal creasing. Like looking straight on, I'm not even seeing any creasing. If I like make that face, I can see a little bit of settling deep in the creases under my eyes, but that's nice. So maybe I don't actually have to set this with a powder, which could help since it's already looking dry as is. So the coverage is decent, blends out nicely. I do really like this packaging, this applicator, but I'm just not blown away by this because I am so picky about the texture of all of my makeup products. So I almost prefer this as kind of like a highlight technique, like on my nose and my chin. The texture doesn't look so bad because I only use more of a thin layer. But when I layer it up to get the coverage that I'm looking for on my under eyes, that's when it starts to look dry and cakey. So if you're only using a little bit of this, it looks fine. It looks smooth enough. But anything more, I'm just gonna be using a different product in those areas. But now I know. If you've tried this out though, I would love to hear in the comments down below how it works for you. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.